Welcome to another RSR. Tonight I'm reviewing Mexico 3, Suriname 0. Tres a 0 Mexico in the 2022 CONCACAF Nations League. League A, Group A match. Mexico does enough, but it wasn't a great, well, it was a good enough performance, but it wasn't great per se. Not as dominant as you would expect. It was dominant, but it wasn't as dominant as you would expect against Suriname. I'm still a bit worried if Mexico could beat Jamaica. I definitely think it's possible Jamaica could win that match, but let's get into this one. In the 4th minute, early goal, horrible clearance by Suriname, falls to Ismael Reyes Romero, takes the shot, puts it past Han. What a great shot, 1-0 off a horrible defensive clearance. But still, they do enough on that play, 1-0, 1-0 in the 4th minute for Mexico. Then, in the 41st minute, Henry Martin has a penalty, and he takes it, puts it into the left side of the net, opposite side of Han. Easy to roll it in, curls it into the net, 2-0, 2-0 Mexico. That's the way we go into halftime, 2-0, 2-0. Then in the 90-plus 4th minute, Eric Sanchez gets the ball outside of the box, runs a bit forward, and just takes a smack, rolls it in, rolls under the legs of a Suriname defender. And Han's arm, it rolls in, 3-0, golazo for Mexico right now. That would be a golazo. Golazo, Eric Sanchez. 3-0, 3-0. That's the way the match would end. 3-0 Mexico, 3-0 Mexico. Stats are as follows: 20 shots to 5, 15 shots on goal to 4, 64% possession to 36% possession, 305 passes to 138 passes, 87% pass accuracy to 83% pass accuracy, 11 fouls to 9, 3 offside to 0, 2 yellow cards to 1, 0 red cards to 0, and 13 corners to 7. But let's be honest here. Mexico didn't play as well as you would expect. They did not play to what you would expect a Suriname versus Mexico match to be. Yes, it was a B team. It was more like the Olympic team of last year. And I thought they were better the whole time than what was sent to the Gold Cup and the Octo and the Nations League. Turns out, Tata's just poisonous. You could see it, that there were moments with this team. You could see it. They weren't completely crap. But their first 2 goals were a shot off of a horrible clearance and a penalty. Oh, and by the way, Marcelo Flores had a penalty laid on as well. He shot it right at the keeper. It could have been 4. But then that would have been 3 crappy goals. 2 goals were crappy. There's no question about it. 2 of the goals here were crap. Crap. And I think most Mexico fans could agree with that. That it was not a deserved match. That they had what they had, but there was nothing there to really be proud of. Yeah, the Sanchez goal was great because it was a banger, but it was on the ground and rolls through legs and arms. But technically for Mexico right now, that's a golazo. That's a golazo right now for Mexico. And before I saw it roll through the legs and the arms, I thought it was too, as you can see from the stream. Suriname wasn't great, but they weren't horrible. They always had a chance to get back into this game. And that's not what you want. Suriname has gotten better. They aren't a walkover anymore. I know about that. We all know about that. They're not a walkover anymore. Just like other Caribbean and Central American nations with this Nations League plan. As I've said, it's working. But in the end, Mexico should have been better. Even with the team they played, they should have been better in this matchup playing against Suriname. They should have been better. They should have won by 4, 5, or 6. Honestly, no, 5 or 6. They should have won 5-0, 6-0. Easy. That's what they should have done, but they didn't. They should have won 5-6-0. 5-0. Sexto a cero. Something like that. But they didn't. Oh, wait, no. Well, no. 6-0. Whatever way you say it. Right? They should have won. Doesn't get that high normally. Even in aggregate scores. With that being said, Mexico should have been better. They should have scored more goals. And Marcelo Flores missing that penalty, for me, was it a bit cathartic? Yes, he's a Judas that listened to his father and picked Mexico because his father basically said, you pick this or else, pretty much. Because his father's a pageant mom. Yeah, it was a bit cathartic, I have to say. But when he missed that penalty, Marcelo Flores. But it's not really him, per se, that's the Judas. It's his father being a pageant mom. But whatever. Mexico, they did what they had to do. And that's all I'm going to say about this match. They did what they had to do. Tata still sucks. He held this team back. A team who was better, arguably. Most of them were arguably better than the Gold Cup team, the Octo team. This was mostly the Olympic team. And Tata held them back. All I can say is hiring Tata is like eating an apple that you know is poisonous. You're going to poison yourself and you know it, but you don't care. That's pretty much exactly what Tata is. So in the end, what does that tell you? What does that tell you? Fuera Tata. That's the move. Suriname played well. I ain't got much to say. They were up to the challenge. They weren't scared of Mexico. And they easily could have got back into this game. And that is a sackable offense in itself. Fuera Tata. Fuera. That's a sackable offense in itself. Fuera Tata. That's that. Letting Suriname have a chance the whole way through. Yeah, no, that is honestly a sackable offense in itself. 3-0. Should have been like 6 or 7. 5, 6, 7. With how dominant. They were playing dominantly, I have to say. Mexico was dominant, but not as dominant as I would have expected. Suriname still had an answer. Had a chance. Not an answer, but had a chance. And had a plan. And they did execute it to the best of their ability. They didn't get owned. Mexico should have owned them. They did not. And that should show that this game was not a good game for Mexico. And I think most Mexican fans would agree with that. This was not a good match. It was not great. It sucked. They did what they had to do, but I don't think you celebrate this. I don't. Out of the 3 biggest teams in CONCACAF that may have scored the quickest in their Nations League debut, Canada took 27 minutes, USA took 40, but Canada still had more time to put more goals in the net, and the USA did as well. 4-0, 5-0 respectively. Mexico maybe should have had 4, but, whatever there. Fuera Tata. That's all I got to say. Fuera. If Mexico don't want to get embarrassed at the World Cup, and I don't want them to get embarrassed at the World Cup, because at this point now, it's about CONCACAF not getting embarrassed, playing well at the World Cup for me. I want Costa Rica to beat New Zealand. I want them to do well in their group. It's going to be a hard job, but compared to everybody else, they do have the hardest group. Then Mexico, then USA, then Canada. But at least I want to see fight out of Costa Rica, And Mexico, I want to see them finish second in their group. That is honestly what they need to do at least. And USA, they could win their group. Most likely they probably second. And then Canada, I want to see them win their group. I'm not saying anything less is embarrassing, but if US and Mexico get knocked out instead of getting to the knockout stages, that's an embarrassment. Canada, Second, I wouldn't be embarrassed about. If they get eliminated, though, I'd be embarrassed. But I'm trying to see CONCACAF do well at this point. And I'm looking out for Mexico here, and I think we all could agree, fuera tata. So I think we could all agree on that. But with that being said, if you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that bell notification. Once you're subscribed, send super chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put this in a playlist. Share it with friends and family. All that great stuff. Tomorrow, 5 p.m., I have a live watch-along and review of Martinique versus Panama in the Nations League. Yeah, it's probably not going to do well, but hey, we could just have a chill time, I guess. But we still got to cover something. I didn't want to take one day off during the break at this point, because I think I've done something every day of the break at this point, of the international break. So, yeah, it's slim pickings at this point, but, you know, hopefully that World Cup qualifier, Intercontinental Playoff, and the Jamaica-Mexico double day helps re-center that circle, re-square that circle. But with that being said, I'm Ryan, and I'm out. Peace. See you later.